Welcome to It Is What It Is, JA. I am your host, Blair Milan. On this podcast, we explore the beauty of acceptance and the power of perspectives. We are partnered with Instinct Media Productions. This episode is sponsored by IrieBeanz Coffee, Pure Water, and Karmen's Kollection. Today, I have with me Brittany Singh Williams, mom, wife, educator, and an ADHD coach. And we also have Chazz, photographer, fitness consultant, who also does a little content creation of, wait, let me back up. Not a little bit, but whole heap, big content creator.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Yeah. You know, you're big man. You're in the big leagues. So today, we'll be discussing Unequally Yoked. Guys, I think you guys know. I feel like, you guys can really bring out what I want in this topic today. How do you define unequally yoked?
Well, the whole term unequally yoked actually just is a biblical term.
Right.
And as a believer, I guess believe that, it means, it's coming from a scripture in Corinthians that speaks about two cattle that were oxen.
Oxen,
yes.
Yeah.
that were working together, or there was a referral that if they can't, they don't look the same or they're at the same size, then they're not going to be able to complete the task. Right. So it's coming from the idea of having a teammate or a person in your life that has similar values, similar belief systems, and being able to achieve the task of a union or marriage or family building. So that is my perspective.
That's
similar
your perspective.
to where it comes from.
Like we have church in here,
Church.
and with somebody so that catch a fire. Yes, so I too a churchman. So the scripture she's talking about is 2 Corinthians 6 verse 14. Ye shall not be unequally yoked with unbelievers. For what fellowship does righteousness have with unrighteousness, and what communion does light have with darkness?
Right.
So, as she said, the first time I heard the term, it was very biblical, and she spoke about the oxens. So, to be equally yoked, in theory, you can have a horse and a cow that is equally yoked.
Right.
They're of the same size and they step at the same pace. Now, why it's important to be equally yoked is if one animal is shorter or steps at a slower pace, they'll fall behind and you'll end up in circles and you'll never get to plow the fields. So being equally yoked is very, very important, not just in romantic relationships, in all relationships to get forward.
Friendships, business
All
relationships, everything.
Most definitely.
Yeah, but I think a lot of people don't believe that. And there's a lot of people who don't even understand what unequally yoked is. It's so funny. I had a conversation with somebody and I said, I don't remember how the conversation came up, and I used the term and I said unequally yoked, and the person said to me, I don't like that term. And I said,
I think maybe because they're triggered by it.
and so I said, to me, that was a big red flag. Because I'm like, if you don't even want to like the term, accept the term. And I said to him, you don't even have to look at it from a biblical standpoint. It's just overall. I was like, you got some things you need to work on there, Like,
I think all people want to be around people that feed their soul and they feel connected to and, on the same level. So they may not call it unequally yoked, but if it is that you are mature,
like-minded.
You're looking for people who are like-minded.
Right.
When we're younger, we don't necessarily looking for relationships like that. But the older we get, at least for me and my friends, we try to find people.
Right.
So it may be the term because of where it's coming from that triggers some people. But I think generally all of us are looking for people on the same page.
Right.
Most definitely. For me, I have about 6 pillars that we must see eye to eye on these. The 6 pillars, the first one has to be religion.
Okay.
We can't be in a crisis and my partner go hold me and pray in the name of Beyonce.
I am done.
Yeah. So,
wow.
so is Jesus Christ alone must be called upon in my household.
Okay.
So that for me is a non-negotiable.
Right.
So religion/values. The next one is money. How we're going to make it, how we're going to spend it. You have some people that making the money alone is not good enough. You have to make it in a suit and tie. I make mine in a sweats. All right? So if that's going to be a problem for you, if I need to have the pretty socks, tailored pants,
The cufflinks.
yeah,
And the tie.
yeah, it's not going to work for me. However, if you are okay as long as the lights are on, I'm the guy for you. All right? So how we make it, how we spend it, how we save it.
Right.
The third one is the housing. How big is it going to be? Where it's going to be. Because it doesn't make sense for you to pick up a man that is adamant he's living in the country and you want to live in the city.
Yeah.
That's going to cause problems.
Yeah.
The fourth one is the children. How many? How we're going to raise them. If you're in a relationship, your partner don't want kids, you want kids,
It's not gonna work.
it's a big strain. 4?
Yeah.
I'm too hot on the mats. 5 times with the sexy mats before me catch it. You get me? And I know I'm missing one before I get to this, but one is definitely sex.
Okay.
Yeah. Nobody's handcuffing me.
I need someone.
You get me? So how far are you willing? Wait. As a youth in a school, you know, we used to carry cheat notes, you know. So I'm gonna check them. Yes. I remember the one that was missing.
Right.
Yeah. So sex. How far you're willing to go in the bedroom?
Right.
How much of it should we have? Right. And then entertainment. Do you want to travel?
Okay.
Restaurants, all them things there. If we differ on entertainment to the point where I genuinely don't enjoy what you do, that's a problem. Okay, if boy I'm in a 200 with it, you know, but I'll go along. Like my wife likes ziplining, and I am at the top of this thing saying my life is extreme enough, you know. I don't need this.
Right.
And she'll be, I'm in a part, hold on. Don't let it go.
Right.
So, I mean, I can compromise.
Yeah, you can compromise.
I'll man up and do a little zip lining.
But there has to be some form of compromise.
Yes, most definitely. But for me, if she want to go skydiving, she on her own.
Like, love you, mean it.
Yeah, so if it's too far off, the levels of entertainment that you want to do, let's say carnivals and, you know, those type of things. Yes.
You're not on that.
Yes, because you cannot be Parsons' wife and asking permission to jump at carnival. That's not going to work. That level of entertainment is going to
Okay,
cause
but what
friction.
if it's the other way around? What if it's flipped? The man is the one that loves the carnival and wants to enjoy the carnival.
Look, I'm gonna be real here, right? I think that these discussions we need to have before.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yes,
fair enough.
yes.
Yes.
I'm 100% an advocate for counseling, premarital
Right.
counseling. All before you engage,
Yes.
you're supposed to do counseling.
Yeah. Because
from
if you're
day
even
one.
talking about marriage, to even see, does it even make sense to get engaged?
Yeah.
You know?
Look, even with the engagement thing, like I noticed today, we treat the engagement like it's a done deal.
It's not.
No, the engagement is
You should
where...
have been doing the work before that.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yes. And like the engagement is like the final exam, you know.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, when I met my husband, I said, we're not going there. We're courting. And if I have the intention to get married, so don't waste my time.
Right.
Introduce him to the family and everything from day one. There was no kind of like, boyfriend, girlfriend.
I remember
thing.
that.
Yeah,
I've known her that long. I remember that. I remember that, and I'm like, oh boy, I wonder if
She mean business, man.
She
She's
meant
like,
business.
"Look, I want half your things."
No, I just never. We're just games.
We're not kids.
Yeah.
We're not kids. Like, we don't have time to waste on anything like that.
Yeah, but going back to the thing that you say,
Yeah.
if it was flipped, I always tell women this. I'm very double standard, and because we live in a double standard world.
Unfortunately.
Yes. I fully understand if I go on a cruise ship, it's my wife and the children first. I understand my role as a man is to stay. So,
right.
Even though I think that, look, if you know your wife, if you know the woman that you're courting doesn't appreciate it, I don't think you should waste our time and go forward.
Okay.
But it is, let's face it, it's not as bad if the man goes to carnival, right?
It's not?
No, because we live in a double standard world. All right. I see you looking at me like that.
Yeah.
But I don't
my turn, my head.
I don't say
I
things.
want my husband a road and jiggle.
That's what I'm gonna say. If I wasn't into carnival, and I meet my husband or whatever is in carnival and I'm not a part of it, that's a problem.
All right,
it can't be that if I'm in carnival and he has a problem, and then it have to go both ways. If there's a problem, there's a problem. So people need to just be like...
Which is further supporting what you were saying.
Exactly.
Yes, that's why I said don't waste time. This needs to be dealt with.
Right.
But I'm saying, at the end of the day, we live in a very double standard world. And I say it's not as bad when the man go to carnival. Because when men go to carnival, we don't wear shorts and tank top.
I think generally speaking, he's referring to...
Yeah.
Okay, fine. But you're doing the same act. People still gyrating and jumping on you. And you have people on your head, your neck. I have them all both.
Look here.
And you're doing the action. You're doing the flinging up and all the things, right? So how is it? To me,
it's not... even the way we dress. Men go to carnival in shorts.
And no shirt sometimes.
And no shirt. Which me there I play ball in a no shirt. But the things
you go to the beach in no shirt.
Yeah, but the things where
wearing a swimsuit.
Women look at it a bit more risky than men.
But you're in a swimsuit.
Look.
When you go to the beach.
You're in a swimsuit, but let me get to it now, man.
With a whole heap more fandangles. Alright, continue.
What I'm saying is, when you go to carnival, and every year they try to get the girls as close to naked as possible. I realize.
True.
It is smaller than bathing suits. Let's face it.
Is it?
It is
Blair, let's be real.
Yes.
My bathing suit?
Your own did from time.
The shade.
Look, I don't see nothing covering the ladies. It's flossing. It's flossing the booty. I don't know. There's nothing there. So I'm saying that the women look way more revealing, and I can tell you, nip slips at the beach happen far less than nip slips at carnival. Because as I say now, I'm a photographer, you know.
I've never had a nip slip at carnival.
And
them now wear them size. That's a problem. Them need to wear them size.
Guys, I think we're getting away from
Anyways, continue. Anyway, no, sorry, continue.
The size is a whole different. But I'm saying, at the end of the day, I think that even as a man, you have to take into consideration what your woman wants in entertainment, what she expects of you. Right. I mean, it is a double standard world, but it is not. You shouldn't just want everything to go your way. There has to be compromise on both sides.
Yeah, I think when you're going into a relationship, you need to be very clear on who you are and what your values are. And yes, as humans, we're always evolving, we're always changing. So even when I was listening to his pillows, I'm thinking to myself, that not give nobody no room for change and grow.
Right?
Okay. But you need to be very clear on your value system and what it is that you want to see over a period of time.
Right.
You know, home, as he said, faith is extremely important. Yeah. That was a big one for me in the initial as well. And, you know, I guess later on I can speak to how that even has impacted things. But it's very important to know yourself. And I know people don't like the term like what you bring to the table. But you must know what you bring to the table. Yeah. And you must know what you expect your partner to bring to the table.
Yeah.
And that will help in kind of assessing, is this person equally yoked?
Right.
Yeah.
Most definitely. I agree.
I like this. I like that we're in unison.
We're not
arguing. So
you want me to say something for you argue?
how do you think then spirituality affects the relationship?
Person.
You're passing it to
Well,
Brittany?
okay, so as I said, when we first started courting, that was very early in my faith. I had just gotten baptized,
Right.
which is why I was very clear on this me I do.
Yeah.
And at the time, my husband when he met me, it's the first time I'm going to church, like in 9 years,
Yeah.
like it was a whole thing. And I'm like, Lord, this another man, but
Right.
God tell me other man, you know,
Right,
so I'm like,
right.
this can't, you know, even the way we met was definitely very ordained, right? So I knew it was him, so I was like, all right, what this mean kind of thing. Anyhow, we went into it and I said, you know, you're going to have to go to church and all of these things. And he said, you know, I believe, but I'm just not where you are kind of thing. However, as things have played out in the marriage, that definitely has impacted things where, you know, sometimes you do want your husband to be praying for you or guiding you spiritually, and because you don't know how, if he's prayed about this decision, is this really the step we're supposed to take? That is where spirituality, I think for me, has come up, where like you really do want that governing and you want your family to be protected spiritually.
Right.
For me,
For you.
know, I guess a lot of your listeners may not be able to, you know,
yeah.
resonate with that. But for me, you know, it's very important that as Chazz pointed out earlier, when a problem come up, we're not just a willy-dilly, you know,
I pray to Beyonce.
We're going to stop, we're
Or
going to pray,
Jay-Z.
we're going to process, we're going to bring together what our values are, where we're intended to go, and that's how we're going to rise above, right? So at the end of the day, that's the core of things. And sometimes if you're the stronger one, like in our case, I am, oftentimes it has felt very hard, very draining, like I'm the only one, like I'm praying for right now, like what? So there are times when that is a challenge, and it would make life significantly easier if we were more evenly yoked in that area.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's your take, Chazz?
No, but me tell you, it's non-negotiable.
Yeah.
Like, all right, fine. You say I take up a woman and I say, all right, she prays to Buddha. I mean, I say, I love you, but if you want to go hell of your business, right? And me pray to Jesus Christ. Now the kids are born.
How would that work?
You can't get my pin them go pray to Buddha. Man, it's not going to work. It's not going to fly. And that causes a rift. So I'm saying, if we can't see eye to eye on that, it doesn't make sense. Like, spirituality shapes a person. It is going to make up a lot of your core values and beliefs.
Right.
So if we can't agree on religion and spirituality, then it's going to be a very, very big problem. It's not even an uphill task. It's no task because it nothing happen.
Right.
Yeah.
Marriage is hard as it is, so why I try to make it harder? Like there are people who do, you know, marry persons of different religions and say, no man, we're gonna figure it out. It's gonna be fine. 5, 10 years down the line, it's not fine because as he rightly pointed out, like your faith is a very big part of your identity.
Right.
And that will cause conflict.
Yeah. So apart from, I know Chazz had all these pillars. So let's dissect them a bit then, because I want us to talk about what are the challenges of being unequally yoked, because obviously, you know, when you are unequally yoked, it more often than not, it doesn't work. At some point, you eventually have to part ways because you realize that you're not meshing. But there are people who try to, and they genuinely know it not working, but they try anyway.
Yeah. All right. So here's a tricky thing with being unequally yoked. Sometimes you look like you're perfect. Like, for example, 2 doctors getting married and they think like, oh my God, we couldn't be any more
perfect.
Yeah, until one has to work at night and one has to work at day. And then when do you see each other? And then let me tell you something. When you gentlemen out there, when you marry a woman that spent more than 3 years get her degree, it is one of the hardest things to say. What do you think about stay at home mom? The job of it is very hard to even bring that up. So
Right.
you probably think that, look, I'm a go-getter. She's a go-getter, and we're perfectly equally yoked. But you're unequally yoked because you guys want to play the exact same role.
Right.
You can't be the same.
You can't be the same. Somebody has to stay home with the children, women. So
Don't.
Him never just did that a while ago. Him never just did that. So why the father can't stay home
I
with the
know
children?
if I could afford it, my husband would be happy to stay.
no, but I'm telling. Him probably has said that no. Because hear what? Statistics have shown that anytime the woman is the sole breadwinner, the man.
There's a problem.
Yes.
A lot of men can't handle that.
It's not just the men. The women can't handle it neither.
Why you say the women can't handle it?
disagree.
Because, all right, those women that are breadwinners, they are in the higher statistical bracket for cheating. Even Gabrielle Union came out and said in her last marriage, she felt like it was okay to cheat because she was the one making the majority of the money and paying
Okay,
the
but
bills.
that again comes back to your views and how you're equally yoked around finances.
Right.
Yeah, but I'm saying we always find a problem when the woman is the head of the household.
But men do the same thing. They're making more money. They provide, so
And
nobody
them
come
feel like
ask
them
me nothing.
right them
So that's
and them
just a
cheat
human
regardless.
thing.
So if them a make more money,
yeah.
all when him nah make more money than her, him a cheat. So what you say? Him go find
I don't
somebody
think
else
it's
with
a
the
man
point
thing or a
level.
woman
Look-
thing.
look
'Cause
here.
man do
Exactly.
the same thing,
Look
and them
here,
like
look-
to say, look how much thing I bring in the house. Look what I do in the. Yeah, okay.
Well,
I mean, and when I come home, you know, my dinner not cook.
and
What?
you
When my
still don't
food there.
value all the things that she did at home.
Exactly,
with the children.
taking
So
care of
what
the
are we saying?
children,
No,
making sure
but-
your house clean, make sure so when you're ready for go
Hey,
your
hey,
bed,
guys, we get in
you
there.
get it before you
We
go
get
your
in
bed.
there. Yeah. Just tell me, you know, Blair, we did very civilized. Just tell me, you know, we're ready, you know.
Ready, come,
all right.
come.
So hear what? I'm in the circles with the men that you want to marry. All right? None of them are stay home.
Okay.
Not one of them staying home because we know the repercussions of a man staying home. You lose your edge. You don't know if you hunt again. And then the
But what
woman.
you hunting for? You're not fine already.
No,
Not
they're
that.
created
You see,
to hunt.
you
They're
see,
created to
no, you
provide.
see, on make me have to take out my gun. 'Cause when me say hunt, I'm talking about providing for. I'm not talking about
Yes.
women.
Oh, me just a check.
Yes, so-
Me just a check. All right.
Me just a check.
No, pull it back. You can pull it back. Me just a
I'm
check.
clear that men are providers. So when you
Yes.
take that
But just
away,
a
it
check.
affects their
Exactly.
identity.
Look here.
Yes.
That's why I asked the question.
Let me tell you.
Anyway, I don't want to be independent. I want that soft life. So
No,
I'm
and-
fine.
Facts.
Exactly.
honestly-
You only work on my awful.
I'm there with you. I don't mind. Honestly, here's my thing.
But I'm trying to be soft.
Here's my thing. I'm not against being a stay-at-home mom. I'm not against it. I'm really not.
You hear that, guys?
I'm not
You hear
against
that?
it. However, I still going to have my. You get what I'm saying? Like I don't ever want to like fully be 100% dependent on. You get what I'm saying? I would build my stuff to a point where I can stay at home and I can run my stuff from
Agreed.
home and
Yeah.
have more time for my
So
my
kinda
children.
soft.
And
No,
right, so
yeah.
kind of soft, not
Kinda
100%
soft,
soft, just
flexy.
kind of soft life,
me
just
want-
a
No,
little.
I-
And I can travel when I want. I can call the nanny and say, okay, you're gonna stay with the kids. Come and fly out. I'm gonna get flued out. You know, that kind
No,
of thing.
I get what you're
Yeah.
saying because I know that my wife not going to. She doesn't strike me as the person that is going to fully
Like
put
stay
down.
exactly.
Yeah.
But my aim is to set the thing away where she can.
Do that.
Yes.
Right.
She can stay home if she wants.
If she want, and that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. I just want the option.
Yeah.
Give me the option.
Yeah.
That's all I want.
No, most of it. But even on my page, that's what I tell the men. You have
Yeah.
to situate yourself in a way that if anything happens, you alone can run the house
Right.
financially.
When we were getting married, we never discussed that, like that specific
Right.
thing, but it naturally happened for us. But those things do cause conflicts, especially even if a man is a provider. Well, men are providers, right?
Should
Yes, but money is a huge strain on any marriage, any relationship, and navigating me stepping back to be an entrepreneur, because now I do have the luxury of being able to try and have my own business and be at home with my son. I mean, I always tell him like, or pick me, the first 6 years of his life, him having mommy full time, right? So that is a blessing in itself. But just the conflicts that did come up as we navigated what that would look like, it comes back to us being evenly yoked on how we communicate, as well as the core values of the family life we want to build. So even when it was hard, we were able to go back to those discussions of, all right, like, why are we even doing this? You know, that's what holds you together. Like, you know, just going back to the evenly yoked thing, like, you have to have very similar values on the why.
Right.
Yeah.
You're speechless.
That's a lot. No, trust me. Me know so sometimes I'll be under pressure because, as I say, my wife is a beast business-wise.
Right.
Like, I remember when she was, because I've been doing business a little while, and she said, I'm going to get into business. I'm there saying, look, it's not as easy as it looks. And by the time I say it's not as easy as it looks, made my first sale. Yeah, and when you get success like that, when it starts to come easy, you can, sometimes it makes you want to just focus on your ideas only and block out inputs.
Right.
I mean, and I'm not lying, sometimes I can be a little pessimistic. Yeah, but she knows that even if I'm not 100% and I point out all the holes in the plan, and she goes ahead, opens business, things are successful, I'm going to be there cheering her on and definitely helping with the run to a certain point. Because I mean, I can't, this is what I'll tell any man out there. You can't get too involved in your woman business. You have to remember your own stuff. All right? You have to remember your own.
Oh, you're a little bit involved.
Yeah,
a little bit.
Yeah, no, like.
You want feedback?
Yeah.
We could specify feedback.
Right.
As I said.
Not take over.
No, and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So for me, I'm going to be there to a certain extent because I mean, I don't want to infuse myself because I've seen it. Men infuse themselves in them women business, and she have to remind him, sir, this is my thing.
Yeah,
you know?
I think even as women, we tend to some women tend to become also very infused in what their husband or their partner doing. So I am not like that, and I don't recommend. I think you should have your identity. I think you should definitely, you know, have the things that are yours, have your friends, but you do come together and have core values on specific things. If your husband dropped dead, you should be able to continue living your life and knowing who you are. Your identity is not your partner. That's not what evenly yoked means. Right. It means that you have similar core values. Again, it's the values to me. That's really what always brings you back home.
Yeah, most definitely. Because as we stated before, looking alike, operating alike don't necessarily means that you're equally yoked.
Because I also know people who have literally said to me, oh, they just want the female version of themselves. And I'm like, okay.
A bad idea.
So I said, yeah, you're going to end up in like, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
Like
If I had married the version of me, I would have been like, very lily-dally flying in the wind.
Right.
My husband is very like, you know, black and white, and I'm very like, you know, so my mom always says you needed him to bring you back to earth.
And that's the thing, like you need somebody who can balance you out. Somebody who you're gonna have strengths here, he's gonna have strengths there, and vice versa. So it can't be that you're literally the same person. So the same struggles you have is the same struggles him. How are you going to work through those struggles?
How you help each other.
How you help each other. The two are not struggle. The two are not mad. How it's gonna work? How it's gonna work?
We need one sane person.
Right, or one semi-sane. Because you're gonna have levels to the madness. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody here.
Yes,
and you're going to change.
Exactly.
You're going to evolve. Like the person I was when I got married 7 years later or 8. I'm different now, and so you also have to be flexible and willing to grow with the person. So again, your values will change. So you always need to be checking in, like where are we with money? Where are we with where we want to live? Like when we first got married, we wanted to live here. Right. Now we're ready for fly out. So like we have to be discussing, right? So communication again. If that is already red flags in the early stages, just no bother. No
Yeah,
bother.
I agree. I completely agree. I think that these are conversations that need to be had in the very early stages, even before you say, I want to get engaged or whatever. You just be transparent with the person and be like, listen, these are the things that I need. And if this doesn't align with you, then it makes no sense.
And sometimes we can do that just by observing, you know.
That too, I agree. But I'm just saying, if it gets to a point where you're having that conversation, because there are times where people are trying, you have to literally say, yeah, no. Like, I know, like I've observed and I know.
Yeah.
I can see down the line it's going to be a problem. So it's a no for me.
And there are lots of people that's, I'm ready to get married and all of these things. And I'm like, okay, but do you really know yourself?
Right.
And what you want and what you're expecting of your partner. And oftentimes, people have not done that work. And I'm speaking from a woman's perspective. A lot of them try to do the work, but honestly, marriage is very hard. So you have to know. You
have to know yourself.
Like the whole part of sacrificing of self. What are you willing to sacrifice? You need to be very clear on those things from very early.
Sister, you have to stress the v. Because
very
because what a lot of
don't recommend. Love you, babe.
what a lot of men don't understand when getting into marriage is the intensity of the work. So they'll call me and say, yo, where you get a suit? And I say, that you gonna ask me? When me get my suit? That at least your worries. Right. You get me? You're not gonna ask me how things are go? No, and a lot.
They think they're going to figure it out.
Yeah. And you see with this social media era, I think a lot of women are more interested in being brides than wives.
Yeah.
They fuss about the shots you need to get on the day.
Yeah.
Exactly how you
I always
dress.
said to my mother, I feel like people lied. Nobody told me what marriage actually is. Nobody told me.
Because no one can really tell you that though.
No.
Then can.
I think because we're millennials and we grew up in this Disney phase, honestly, that screwed us over. If you try to have like this romance and oh my gosh, the prince is coming to save me, that is not what it is.
Because you have people that genuinely feel like the fights are going to be about leaving up the toilet seat.
I wish that's what it was.
Oh man, he left his razor on the sink. That's not what it's going to be about. And then you're just going to go out, slam the door, cool off and come back. It's not so you go. And I'm talking about these are experiences from people who are actually equally yoked.
Right. Yes.
You can't imagine the amount of gunshot you are fire when you are not equally yoked.
You're just making it harder for yourself.
Yeah. And I tell you, as a wedding photographer, I have had clients where my mom say, you're not going to wish this one happy anniversary. I say, Mom, based on what I say at the wedding, I don't think they're going to make it. So I'm afraid to say happy anniversary when I don't know if they make it.
You, even sometimes when I see people get engaged, some people are just doing about to say congrats because I'm like, this is a bad idea. I can already tell.
Wow.
Because when you're in it and you see, it's like, this person is not for you, bro.
Yeah.
I
mean, I won't lie. I've definitely seen that. Like, I can look at people and go, what's happening? Like, why would you do that? Okay, cool. I
have a cousin, right? From me know him, he must seek a wife. And I remember one time him say him going to marry this girl. And I asked him if he lick his head. Because that was just not the play. Right? And sometimes when we want something so badly, we start to see all the good in somebody and maybe take an extra pair of eyes to look upon you and see if you're an idiot. You get me? Because right now he has found such a wonderful, wonderful wife. I'm just glad same wait until it was, his turn and somebody will compliment him well. So it's good to have good friends around who can look in and say, look, this way you do, rubbish.
But you also have to be willing to hear from other people.
Most definitely.
Yeah, because if you're not the type of person that will receive your friends now go talk, them go already say, oh, My car go on, come I already know sugars.
Exactly.
You know? So,
especially in cases where, you know, for example, the man is cheating, or you know him to be, you know, out there, or vice versa, the girl, you know the girl to be out there, and your friend come and talk to you and tell you, but you're just that type of person when you come, instead of you
abrasive.
Right, instead of you receiving the information, you run go with the information and say, Brittany said, and Chazz did say, and then now you cause a whole rift in the friendship as a result of that, because now you can't even tell your friend whatever, because
in a relationship you just have to be willing to grow as a person and not be, I just think as people, when we have a fixed mindset about our identity and how we show up to people, we're already like cause conflict in our life. You need to have a growth mindset and know that you have the ability to change, so does the other person, and you have to hear from people around you. I think even in a relationship and a marriage, it's also, you know, having the right people around you, because, you know, for men, they don't tend to like go to their bros as much as they should. Like, I definitely think that's important, but you need to have solid men around you. And for women as well, like, there have been times when I've been flat on my face, and it's the girlfriends that have to say, oh, pull yourself together, your man love you, get it together and go back, you know, wheel and come again. You know, or they can see it with different eyes and say, this person, you know, not for you, this is how you need to pivot. So relationships across the board are important in your intimate relationships.
Yes, I agree with that.
Quite so. Gam.
But what would you say, Chazz, to the men then, that, you know, as Brittany mentioned, that people don't go and seek the advice that they should from, you know, their male friends, that
they must study social media.
They must study social media and all of this.
Follow
like,
you.
No, if them follow
Chazz for tips.
If them follow me,
follow Chazz for tips, guys.
Not tell you, look,
and you'll be safe. You'll have a happy marriage. You will find yourself a wife.
You're safe. If them follow me, them Gucci. What I'm saying is, with today's social media, we have a whole heap of followers. Well, if we see them on the road, we can't even say hi to them. We don't have real relationships anymore. So it's not that they're not willing to go to their male friends. Sometimes they don't have. So I'm saying, one, seek out good male friends. Two, sometimes you have some people who try to get into your circle. They're good people and you have to have your energy to take them. Now I'm going to work off of energy tech. You get me? I match you up in terms of your character, and then I decide whether or not I'm going to let you into my circle. And I think today too many men are living their lives around screens and work, go home, they're not forming any
real bonds, real relationships.
Yeah, so I think that is very important first and foremost to create real male bonds. Trust me, when you have a group of high functioning men, it push each other, and, you know, little feelings, the little sensitivity that dies very quickly. Because if you're around me and you're sensitive, it's either you're going to dead or you're going to grow. Because I'm not sugarcoating anything. Come on, I'm into fitness. Where the sugar come from? No, we're not sugarcoating anything. So I'm going to tell you straight. I don't care if it costs you the friendship. I'm going to tell you straight, when you mess up, because I want same level of accountability. You're supposed to can tell me, say, nah, bro, you're wrong. You get what I'm saying?
With that. Those are real 100%. Friends. Those
are
real friends.
Yeah, man. So you have to sort out yourself and get a good circle, because 4, 6 eyes better than 2. All right. The men in your circle will always see things that you're not seeing.
Yeah, and the same for females.
Absolutely.
You know.
And if you can't find male friends, like actual male friends, watch the things where you follow up on the Instagram. Make sure the people that you're following on Instagram are people who can edify you and put you in the right direction. All right. I know a lot of people don't like Andrew Tate. But what me say is, with everything that you're doing,
take what you can.
Eat the fish, spit out the bone. All right.
As you would with your friends too.
Yeah. You can't take everything.
You can't take everything that them say, because the reality is, even though yes, you may say you need to find a good set of friends, sometimes you might have a little jealousy here and there, so they may say it's true.
I think
they may say something that is not 100% in the favor of you,
right? But then they're not your friend.
Then right. So yeah.
So I think just even for female relationships as well, women tend to be very, I can't share, I can't be vulnerable, I can't trust people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, honestly, get over yourself.
Yeah.
We've all been hurt.
Right.
Like, that's how I feel. Like, get over it. I also don't subscribe to the no new friends thing because
I don't subscribe to that either.
Best people in my life right now are
some new
friends
right.
who have showed up in very powerful ways.
Yeah.
So you need to be open to relationships
in general,
right throughout your life. And in order to have very deep relationships, you have to be vulnerable. So again, if you don't know yourself,
then you're gonna be in problems.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Most definitely.
Know yourself.
Yeah,
it's true, because if you don't love you, because it goes back to you loving you
have to love yourself.
You having respect for yourself. So if you don't love you,
or people that can show you how to love yourself, that was a big one for me.
Yeah. So
I've had friends that literally said, no, this is not how you ask for help, or no, that language does not work. Them kind of friend you need.
Yeah. And for men, you need, I think that every man needs a mentor figure, and then you need other men that you view that are on your level.
Right.
Because the truth is, when I go to my big bro, him not no back and forth with me. And it's not my biological brother.
Right.
But him know himself.
Yeah.
When him say, this is how my big bro operates, him say the car getting old, you need to change it. And then he orders the car and say, send me the money. And then him just sell my car. May I tell you, how him operate is...
Are you a friend like that?
Yeah, man. like I remember having the conversation about the car in the morning, and him just call me in the afternoon, wash. I'm going to say, yeah. Him come take the picture of them, and by evening there was a buyer for it. Yeah, and him just sell my car. Yeah, man, just like that. Because him saying, if you continue this car, I'm going to leave your road.
Right.
No, I can't go to him with things I want a back and forth with. No. Because when him say...
solution mode.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It's strictly... So I need guys on my level when we can tussle with. Build up my argument skills and all of them things there. But so that's why you need a mentor.
Yeah.
And you need the guys on your level, for sharp me, to grow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that completely. I mean, boy, guys. Y'all just came out like punching.
Yeah,
well,
man.
You came out with guns.
No, because first, at one point, it looked like... I'm like, this is the feminist trap all over again.
No, I am not a feminist.
Let me just say that all.
I am definitely 100%
I understand
not.
my role in life.
Okay, good stuff.
Same.
That's another topic.
Same. That's a whole other topic. And I always say it, let the man be the man and the woman be the woman.
Yep.
You have a role to play. Nobody not say you can't be a boss and you can't do your thing.
Yep.
But... And that's another thing with being unequally yoked.
Yes, because you want to be able to be submissive to somebody you can
trust. You gotta be submissive.
Yeah, yes. But I did that episode.
But you're not gonna be submissive to everybody.
No, because I did that episode.
Man can lead.
Exactly, and the man can lead.
And for me, that comes from the spirituality again.
Exactly.
And again,
all
the
those
values.
things.
What is inspiring your thoughts?
Right. So if he can't lead, then...
No, I actually did that episode, Bums Don't Deserve Submission.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's...
Yeah.
I mean, say bums. I mean, what are we even talking about, guys? Whenever we say bums.
Yeah, because you have a man out there where I say, yo, submit to me. But them
love submission.
Yeah, but them not have nothing for
submission. Nothing for nothing to submit
and I was talking about that, and I'm saying, if she say, all right, I'm going to submit you, what the plan?
Yeah. No, nothing. You have nothing to say.
No, I tell a man, say, yo, if you always have a 5-year plan, even if you're not going to execute it,
right?
Just so you have something to say. You get what I say? If you always have a 5-year plan. You get what I say?
Yeah.
So, always have a plan. Be a man of your word for as much as you can be. I mean, if you have the plan, but you're not a man of your word, she not go. Because I think I said this before. Like, I had something very tough to tell my wife. I say, yo, we're going to stay in my parents' house for the first 2 years. And then she said, and how we get the house.
Right.
Yeah, but I had a plan. I must say, look here. I go register the business. It takes 52 weeks to get the NHT points. And I'm pre-approved for the rest of the money from this lending institution. Now, because even though staying in my parents' house and married, never sound flashy at all. Because I had a plan on how we were going to get out. She went,
Right.
she
You
went.
had a plan.
Yeah.
Man with a plan.
Yeah, man. So when you have a plan, you're dependable. No, submission should come.
Oh yeah.
Should.
At that
Absolutely.
point, I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Because you're leading.
Yeah.
You have a plan and you've led, and she's seen that, and she's seen that you are dependable, and you're able to do the things that you said that you're gonna do.
Yeah,
And
man.
you never just say, yeah, we're gonna live in our parents' house for 2 years, and then
We'll figure it
we'll
out.
figure it out. If
No,
you say
that's a trouble.
You see, the minute I hear we'll figure it out, it's a problem. And
Yeah,
I've
because
heard
when for
with someone that I knew 100% I was unequally yoked with, and I asked the questions and I said, okay, so where the children going to go to school, where we're gonna live, where we're gonna this, we'll figure it out. I said, all right.
man without a plan.
That means
That's what I'm saying. I always have a 5-year plan, even if you're not planning to figure it out.
yeah, so I was just like, yeah, this
So
is
me,
a
you
no
see,
for me.
you ask me that vase prep, cherry gardens. All when me know say, boy, I'm not too fond of that in
All
the
right,
butt.
but here's the other thing. I said, okay, my child that I have goes to a private school. So what we're gonna do? One child I go primary school and one child I go up in a private school. Nah, I'm not create a complex with my children. So,
No, man.
No, thank you.
For me, if me ever have a daughter, pray me don't have a daughter, because I don't.
I feel you'd be a very good girl.
That's what
Yeah,
people
I
always
think
say.
so
I can
too.
see me
I think
spoiling her.
I think
I
so too.
I
But
can't.
you will
I think
show
so
her
too.
how to be loved
I
and how
don't
to show up.
know. I don't know how to. I don't think I know how to discipline a girl.
Oh, you learn.
She go mash
She
up
gonna
the
wrap you
house.
around your-
I
she
don't
gonna
know.
wrap
She
around
go
your
mash up the
finger.
house and I'm gonna say, come baby, come. It's not your fault. But if I have a daughter, I don't have no problem sending them to private school and the boy at primary school.
But why are you sending them to 2 separate schools?
No man, primary school rougher. Boys not
As an
supposed to be
educator
pampered.
and
But it's not about it's not about that.
No man, you need to in one class where 60 on.
No.
Yes,
no.
man.
No,
boys
no.
learn differently, right? So you're already setting him up for failure.
No.
You're
I
setting him up.
was one.
Yeah, no, I don't agree with
No,
that. That
no.
is where we would have definitely
No.
like have an issue.
You see the yoke.
We would have
Yeah,
a-
but
yeah.
you're not a father yet, right?
No, not yet.
Okay.
But
That's
may
why
I
you're
tell
Check him
saying
again
that.
later.
Ma-
Exactly. That's why you're
A
saying
lot of the
that.
things my husband said, he's
It's
now
changing
very
now,
deep singing
exactly.
on YouTube.
Well, hear what?
And one thing
I'm
I
not
will
saying
say
nay.
that when I was having my daughter, I had that conversation. And we both were on the same page as to where she should go.
Okay.
And we chose, it was between Immaculate and the private school. And we sent her to the private school.
Well, for me, I need him a tussle in a class of 60. Yeah, man. Need
Anyway,
him.
Chazz, I'll check you back in,
Yeah,
when
I
you're,
turned out
personally
fine.
want to hear it.
you turned
You
out
turned out
fine.
in a new world.
Hold
It's a
on.
new
I
world,
went
okay?
to a prep school
It's a
that
new world.
we had 30 kids in the class,
Oh my.
and I thought, and I said,
That's a
I don't
bad day.
want my child. I wanted my child to be in an environment where she was able to, have that individualized attention.
Also, you don't know your child
You
yet.
don't know your child yet,
So
because
you
it
don't
all
know
depends
what
on their
they need.
personality.
Yeah.
Trust me, and you'll start to
I'm gonna
see
get my
that
personality.
from their
Yeah, I know.
I'm
from
gonna be
their
good.
milestones and all
We're
that.
gonna do
Just wait.
parenting. Come with the
Exactly. Anyway,
parenting
Yeah.
episode.
When
When we finally
advice.
bingo, when we get off I gelding chuck, yeah,
But anyways, thank you guys for coming and having this conversation about Unequally Yoked. It was very informative, and I know that people are more informed now of what Unequally Yoked means, its definition, and what, the different, breakouts and intricacies of that, and marriage, and just, because it's not just about being married, it's not just about being a Christian, but there's so many different things and so many different layers in being Unequally Yoked. And it's not just, as I said, a relationship, it's also in your friendships,
Life.
it's also just life.
Yeah.
Being equally yoked full stop in life, right? So thank you guys again for coming. And Brittany, let the viewers know where they can find you.
You can find me at Breathe a Spark on Instagram and TikTok.
All right, Chazz.
Chazz515.vf on Instagram.
All right, and you know where to find me at Blair Milan, and it is what it is, JA on all platforms. See you soon.